Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is, we've got two bonus readings coming up on the channel this month. And the first reading is how does he or she feel about me. Now we did this reading back in, I think it was September, October time. And I just thought I wanted to do an update. I really enjoy doing these readings. I think I'm going to do them once every sort of 3 to 4 months. I think I'll do these as bonus readings on for each sign on the website. But I really enjoy them because they're very nuanced and they really tend to get, you know, to the heart of a matter. So you've also got, if you guys are single and you're looking for true love, will, you know, each of the signs find true love in the next 6 months, 2018, and we'll see what happens there. I love doing those types of readings as well. I'm also going to be doing kind of like a reading involving a little bit of my own experiences in terms of a relationship that I was in. It wasn't even a relationship, it was nothing, it was silly. Last year with someone, and you know, it's a reading about how you get over an ex, how you deal with a narcissist or somebody who's caused you or tried to cause you a great deal of pain, how you overcome that and how you prepare yourself for new love in the future. So yeah, we got that reading coming up as well. There's loads coming up on the channel. Really looking forward to introducing you guys to a lot of new stuff. So, you know, in the meantime, let's get on with this reading. What we're using the Witch's Tarot, which is these cards here. So that's for the main reading. Your clarifiers, if any of you guys know, I'll show you how it works. We do 10 areas. We focus on how the person feels about you. So the person in your mind, we're looking at how this person might focus on you or feel about you, okay? We use these as clarifiers afterwards. And we're using for this the Hanson Roberts deck. It's the miniature deck, which I absolutely adore. Really lovely deck of cards. It was only $5.99, I think it was. And it comes with this really lovely small booklet as well. So that's lovely. And we're using as your advice cards at the end, the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue and the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue. I really like Doreen Virtue stuff. I think it's excellent. So right now, let's have a look. So what we're doing 10 areas. For those of you who haven't seen this reading before, we focus on how somebody feels about you. So it's the person that you're interested in, whether you're married to them, involved with them in a, you know, in a relationship, whether you're not talking to the person at the moment or whatever the case might be. We focus on that, okay? So, Universe Spirit, show me. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising sign. How does the person that's Sagittarius feel about them? How does this person feel about them? In the first card, I'd like you to show me who this person is in position 1. Show me in position 2 what their attributes are. Show me in position 3 what their flaws are. Show me in position 4 how they see and what they feel for Sagittarius. Show me in position 5 how Sagittarius sees them and how Sagittarius feels about them. In position 6, what are the strengths in the relationship between Sagittarius and this person? Position 7, what are the flaws in the relationship between Sagittarius and this person? Position 8, what is the potential for a healthy relationship between Sagittarius and this person? Position 9, please show me what is the overall analysis on this relationship between Sagittarius and this person. And position 10, what is the obstacle blocking Sagittarius and this person from having a healthy relationship? Show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3, like so, Sag. 1, 2, 3. We're going to collect the cards back up. So I've shuffled them and it's this way. Now if I laid the cards down this way, they'd be facing me and you guys would be seeing everything upside down. So we've got to turn the cards this way. We put them here and then we start. So this is the way that I've shuffled them so you see what I was shuffling. This is who they are. This is what their attributes are. So this is the person that you guys like, you're focused on. This is who they are as a person. This is what their attributes are. And this is what their flaws are. This is how they see and feel about you. This is how you see and feel about them. This is the strengths in your relationship, and this is the weakness of the relationship. This is the potential for you guys to have a healthy relationship in the future. This card here is the overall analysis, stroke potential outcome if things carry on the way that they're going in this relationship, and the obstacles towards you and this person having a healthy relationship. Okay, so we're going to put those to the side and let's commence with the reading. Who is this person that we're looking at? What are they about at the moment? Well, they're the Queen of Wands in the reverse, Sagittarius. So they might be a fire sign like yourself, Sagittarius, Aries or a Leo. Queen of Wands reversed. Two things with the Queen of Wands reversed. The one thing with the Queen of Wands reversed is that this is a very demanding individual. I mean, very demanding. I mean, if you can imagine the Queen of Wands in the upright, she already has bags of confidence. I mean, she's got confidence in droves, this woman has, all right? She doesn't fear a lot. She's fearless. I mean, fearless. She's ambitious to a fault. The one thing with the Queen of Wands is she thinks with her body. She knows she's sexy. She knows she's good looking, male or female. There are certain cards in the tarot that would explain how somebody looks. This is probably a really good looking individual, a really attractive individual, knows who they are, knows how they can attract the opposite sex or the same sex, depends on what your preference is. But they know how to attract love. They know how to get attention when you're a Queen of Wands in the upright. Now, if you can imagine that to the biggest extreme, it's a Queen of Wands in reverse. Two things with the Queen of Wands in reverse. They can either be probably the biggest narcissist going. They can be quite nasty because they often look down at people and think, I'm actually better than you. Because this is a card in the upright, she's very much a leader. And she will not have any competitors even in the upright. Not all the time. Often, if I've ever been down or depressed or anything like that, my twin sister, she will, if I'm doing the reading and I say, well, how do I deal with this? She will always come up as a Queen of Wands. Always. Like, she was giving me advice on something the other day on the phone. And I remember I'd done a reading for myself. I said, how are my weeks going to go? And it gave me the Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups. And I knew that somebody would be telling me something. They'd be trying to help me. But the Four of Cups said I wouldn't be listening to it. And it happened. It happened on Saturday. My twin sister was phoning me. She was giving me advice as the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. And I wasn't listening to her. You know, so she's amazing in the upright as well as somebody who can give some great advice. She's fearless, she's really helpful, but by the same token, she's a leader and she won't take any competitors. She doesn't like anybody being better than her. She thinks that she's better than others, and that can be in the upright. It's not a bad thing. She's just a highly competitive individual. You think about that in the reverse. She's even worse in the reverse. I mean, she really can be, in the reverse sometimes, quite a nasty piece of work as well. I mean, she can be overly ambitious. You know, as an individual. She can also be quite manipulative as an individual when she's in the reverse. The other side of this lady is reverse Sagittarius, that she can be quite meek, quite insecure as an individual, quite nervous as well. She's not as confident as she is in the upright if you're looking at the opposite. So it could be either one of these things that this person is that you're dealing with here as this Queen of Wands reversed. What is this person's attributes? Well, they seem to be very kind. They're very loving, they're very loyal, they're very supportive. They're very, you know, kind, they're very gentle. As a King of Cups, they're very understanding. That's interesting. But yet they're a Queen of Wands in the reverse. That's who they are. But the thing is, it doesn't matter because, look, with life, tarot is just a reflection of life. And people are nuanced. Everybody's nuanced. Alright, so, you know, I've got an older sister who's an absolute ratbag. I mean, I haven't spoken to her in years. She can be quite a nasty piece of work, and one of my older sisters is. I mean, really nasty piece of work. And yet she could be the kindest, sweetest, most loving person on earth. That is when you were doing what she wanted you to do, that is. She became this. In her everyday life, she was like this. But she showed attributes of the King of Cups. Loving, caring, understanding, compassionate, sweet-natured, intelligent, emotionally intelligent. This is this person here, and yet they show as this. Interesting, because there's already a nuance, there's also already an opposition, a contradiction in terms of a human being here, because on the one hand, they show as a Queen of Wands in the reverse. I mean, they might be quite meek and mild as a Queen of Wands in the reverse, and their attributes are their ability to empathise, sympathise and understand others, and to show kindness, support and love with this King of Cups in the upright. It's nice that they have that attribute, no matter what they are, as this Queen of Wands in the reverse. What are their weaknesses? What are their flaws? Okay, so their flaws are the Fool. So the Fool as a flaw is somebody who lacks the potential, or they lack the desire to commit. Because flaws, the problem with the Fool as a flaw is the word I don't care. They could be quite careless as well as an individual when you get the Fool in the reverse. So this person might be quite careless because the Fool looks up to the sky and he says, I don't have a problem. I'm as light as a feather and I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit about you. I don't really give a shit about what's gone behind me because all I'm doing is looking forward. Can you see? He's not looking, you can see the dog here. Usually the dog is barking. Usually this is the conscience, but even the flaming fool ignores the conscience side of himself. And he says, I don't give a shit what was behind me. All I care about is what's in front. Because all he's doing is looking, he's not looking to the back, he's looking to the front. So all he cares about is the future. All he cares about is his destiny, you know, what's happening in the future, what's happening in its life. That's all this fool cares about. And that's this person's flaw. I think that they have there's a certain semblance of carelessness with this individual. There's a certain carelessness that comes along with that fool. All right, where they don't care, they don't give a shit. Because that's what the fool is as a flaw. I don't give a shit. I don't care. All I care about is getting my kicks and having my fun. And as long as I can do that, I'll go down the tavern all day if I need be. But I don't really... This also is a flaw. It might be this person doesn't like responsibility. Because fools as flaws don't like responsibility. No wonder they travel so light. They also might be quite immature, because fools can show as young people, so teenagers, that type of thing. So it might be that this person, as the fool, as a flaw, is somebody who can or has the propensity to be quite immature and doesn't quite grow up. They travel light, they don't want the responsibility. No wonder he looks up to the sky and he's only got a little bag on his back. He's not carrying anything and he's got a flower. Flower is about optimism. It's about, ooh, what's there, what's ahead. But also, I often look at the hand to the back, you know, how it's facing like this. And I often say, well, this person's got his hand to the back because it's kind of like he's saying goodbye. He's brushing off whatever has gone before. And the fool only ever moves forward. Only ever moves forward. Until he gets to the stage of the world, then he moves forward all over again. He does it all. So he's forever learning lessons. Forever. But it might also be as a flaw that this person never really learns its lesson as the fool. No wonder it's called the fool. The fool can be, well, I am a fool. They might literally be a fool. They might literally be consistently making mistake after mistake after mistake. But because of their self-serving nature, as the Queen of Wands in the reverse, they almost come across as the happy idiot in a way. I know that sounds really weird, but it almost feels like that because their attributes are they've got a really lovely, kind streak. They'll help anyone. They really will as a King of Cups. They're compassionate and they're understanding and they're empathic and sympathetic to other people's needs. And that's a lovely trait. But as a person, they're the Queen of Wands. They're very self-serving, very egocentric as a Queen of Wands energy because their flaws are that they really don't care. This is just a part of who they are, this King of Cups. I'm not making them out to be bad, but this is a nice part. But I don't think it's all of them, because I think that these are two pretty negative energies. This being in the flawed position, and this being as the reversal is who they are. How do they see and feel about you, Sagittarius? Well, they see you as the Three of Coins. So they might see you as very hardworking. They might see you as very studious as a person. They might see you as a very focused individual here. They might see you as a very serious individual. They might see you as really good working with others or devising plans. I think that they see you as a very practical and a very methodical individual with that Queen of Pentacles. How do they feel about you, though, as the Three of Coins? How would you feel about someone? What would your feelings be as a Three of Coins? Well, as a Three of Coins, it might be that you feel like you want to build something with this individual. Because Three of Coins is all about building and improving relationships with another individual. Okay? So, you know, the Three of Coins is all about learning how to master a skill. So they see you as a Three of Coins, somebody who's really good at mastering stuff, working with stuff. They might see you as somebody who's really academic, for example, with this Three of Coins, or somebody who's really good within teams or within groups of people, working with others. And they feel the Three of Coins about you. Okay, so they might feel that they want to expand the relationship with you on the basis of maybe some form of practicality. You know, the coins are all about building things for the long term. We're no longer at the stage of passion, raw passion with the wands. We're no longer at the stage of feelings with the cups. You know, we're no longer at this thinking stage with the swords. It's all about, right, we've gone all past that, now we're looking to build. So it might be that this person feels that they want to build something with you with this Three of Coins. They want to expand For some of you guys, it might be this person wants to expand on the family, another child, for example, with the Three of Coins. Might be for some of you guys, this person wants marriage, or they want engagement, or they want to move in, or they want to buy a house, that type of thing. It's all about expansion, it's the threes. How do you see and feel about them? Wow, you feel the Empress and not the number 3. That's incredible. So there's some nice feelings going on here between you and another individual, Sagittarius. It's lovely. You see them as the Empress, so you probably see them as quite nurturing, which is interesting. And this must be along the lines with the King of Cups energy, because their flaws are the Fool. Their flaws are the Fool. That's interesting. You see them as nurturing, kind, loving, adorable, probably very beautiful as well. Because the Empress, when you get an Empress, it represents a very beautiful, very attractive individual. You see them as somebody who's quite supportive. Somebody perhaps who's quite creative as well with that Empress energy. How do you feel about them? Well, if you feel the Empress for someone, you feel exactly the same as you see them. You feel that you want to mother them, you want to look after them, you want to love them, you want to nurture them, you want to nurture the relationship. So I'm seeing nurturing. Both cards, this is number 3, this is number 3, and 3 represents expansion within the tarot. So both of you want to expand on something here. You want to nurture something and work on something with each other. This is a lovely energy so far, Sagittarius. Beautiful. What are the strengths within your relationship? Wow, the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is all about victory and success and recognition. And I think that, you know, because the word recognition comes to mind for me with this 6 of Wands, sorry. The strengths are the ability to recognise stuff within each other, to recognise each other's potential. I feel with this 6 of Wands energy. So the 6 of Wands means when you put somebody on a pedestal, and it means when you praise them. It's a card about praise, and it's a card about, you know, recognising that somebody is worth something when you get a 6 of Wands. And I think that you recognise that there is great. The both of you recognise the praise and the, you know, and the, what's the word that I'm looking for within each other? I think that you just both recognise that you both have something to give in this relationship. I think that there is a sense of putting each other on a pedestal within this relationship. Okay, so you both heighten each other. I think that there is a sense of looking up to each other as well for some of you Sagittarians with this 6 of Wands energy. And that's the strengths in this relationship, that both of you have put each other on a pedestal. Both of you appreciate each other's abilities and skills and what you both bring. You both revere. I think that you're both in reverence of each other with this 6 of Wands showing here. You recognise each other's confidence. Also, the 6 of Wands is all about having confidence. So I feel that the strengths are that you both have confidence in this relationship with the 6 of Wands. What is the weakness though within the relationship? The Knight of Swords. So the weakness is perhaps for some of you guys you're moving too fast. Knight of Swords is a moving too fast card. He says, well, I feel like this, so I'm just going to push it. Just quick. That's what I'm going to do with this Knight of Swords. The weakness might be rushing into something for you guys in this reading. You might be rushing into something because the Knight of Swords represents rushing. Okay, with that Knight of Swords. Alright, because this is the flaws. It might be there could be a Gemini person or an air sign around you that's causing issues. But also it could be that there's some form of rushing going on here with this Knight of Swords showing here. What is the potential for you guys to have a healthy relationship though? Well, that's weird. 5 of Wands is the potential to have a healthy relationship. You might be able to have a healthy relationship with a 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands can be healthy debate. 5 of Wands can be building a relationship, working in a team. So it might be that the potential to have a help, but then 5 of Wands, if I were to read it in its general consensus, the general meaning of this card talks about anger and frustration and disputes. And it might be that the potential to have a relationship is yes, but there might be some form of a dispute that still needs to be overcome with this 5 of Rods energy showing here. What is the overall analysis of this relationship between you and this person? Well, the Moon in the reverse, this is good. This is a very, very, very good reading. It's an exceptional reading, actually. It's the best one I've done today. It really is good. Because the overall analysis is that there is honesty. There should be honesty in this relationship. The analysis is Moon in the reverse. And the Moon in the reverse is clear insight. And it's bringing all of those ghosts out. it's opening up the coffins and the doors and the cupboards that have been locked for a long time, the wardrobes that haven't been opened. It's letting things out of the closet, and this is what the moon is in the reverse. It says, I don't have any skeletons in the closet. Skeletons in the closet are the moon in the upright, because it's secrecy. But it says we don't have any, you know, skeletons in the closet. So for some of you guys, I feel that the overall analysis is that there are no skeletons in the closet here with this moon energy showing here. There aren't any at all. Oh, there shouldn't be. And if there are, especially if the potential to have a healthy relationship, Five of Wands is not healthy. It talks about disputes. So I think that the potential to have a healthy relationship, being a Five of Wands, it says, well, the potential for a healthy, it's difficult because you've got such lovely cards. And one is always tempted to read this in another way, but it's difficult to when the overtones of the Five of Wands is not the most, it's not the most positive of cards. It's not a really bad card. I mean, it can be that there are just minor disputes. It is just a minor card after all. It might be that, yeah, there is still the propensity to have the chance to have a healthy relationship. You just might need to get over a few disputes, because I see that the overall outcome will be the moon in the reverse, giving up the ghosts. With the moon in the reverse, it will be that finally whatever it is that is causing whatever this is will be let go with the moon in the reverse, bringing forward clear insight and a clear path going forward. What is the obstacles though blocking you from having a healthy relationship that you'd need to work on? Well, the Knight of Wands is the obstacle, and that's you, Sagittarius, as well, because Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius card. You see, this is the flaw and this is the obstacle. You got two knights, and they're the worst type of knights you can have. Because the obstacle with the Knight of Wands could be changing directions or moving forward or keeping the momentum going. Because Knight of Wands is all about keeping that momentum. It's all about keeping the energy and the excitement going in the relationship. And it might be that the obstacles you have in this relationship is the Knight of Wands, that things are it just feels like there's something that's very rushed here for some of you guys. This being the flaw, the Knight of Swords, going hell for leather on this situation, going with your, your excitement, your energy, and saying, oh man, this is amazing, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and yeah, this person, they're beautiful, and I can see myself, you feel the Empress for them, so it's like, I want to have your baby, and I want to marry you, and I can see us being married, and and this person saying, yeah, I really want to build a life with Sagittarius, with the Three of Coins. This person's intelligent, they're studious, they're really good in a group, they're really worth building a life with the Three of Coins, they're really this, they're really that. And it might be that you're just going on empty, you're running on these feelings, or you're running on energy, and that's your flaw. Maybe just running on the energy of the relationship. Is there any real groundedness? Have you taken time to truly find out about who this person is? I get the feeling that for some of you guys this might be a kind of like a new relationship, but it's not been around very long. Just looking at why we've got the Knight of Swords as a flaw. I mean, this could be arguments as well, because the Knight of Swords is drama. So the flaws in your relationship could be that there's a lot of drama going on in the relationship with the Knight of Swords. Okay, there could be arguments and bullying as well, because Knight of Swords is a bullying card. Could be, but the energies are so good. But there could be the flaws could be that there's, this might not be that things are moving too fast. It might simply be that there's some form of drama going on with the Knight of Swords. And the obstacles to you having a healthy relationship are the Knight of Wands. Again, this is a card about energy, running on energy rather than groundedness, with the Knight of Wands energy showing up there. Or things being short-phased, because Knight of Wands can talk about a short-lived relationship as well. Okay, so things might run out, they might burn out quicker than you expect for some of you guys. But we'll see. It looks pretty good to me, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm just going to put my heater on, it's absolutely freezing. Okay, so let's have a look and see if we can get a few more in-depth answers with this reading, Sagittarius. We want to have a look at why this person. Okay, so why is this person that Sagittarius likes? Why are they showing us the Queen of Wands in the reverse? Why is this person that Sagittarius likes in two cards showing us the Queen of Wands reversed? Show me. Page of Cups and the Star. Okay, that's interesting. So, I think that this new relationship with that Page of Cups, I think that this person has a propensity with the Star to feel that it's pretty positive. Or, you know, the Page of Cups is all about new relationships, so it's about developing emotionally wise. It's all about communication. Okay, so, you know, they might be communicating with the star or communicating with you and feeling that you are that star. You are the person who is beyond everything else. Also, the Page of Cups is about new relationships, and new relationships bringing in, with the star card, everything you could imagine, bringing in something that's amazing and hopeful. But it's interesting because they're showing us a Queen of Wands in the reverse. And just looking at those cards, because these are two pretty positive cards in the upright. Okay, so communication is a Page of Cups card. Might be, you know, it might be quite positive. It might be quite optimistic with the Star card. It might be, you know, the new relationship card of the Page of Cups, bringing a sense of, you know, happiness and joy and expectation and hope with that star energy. And I think that this is why they're showing us a Queen of Wands in the reverse. This looks like a little bit of an excitement junkie for some reason. Because the person is showing us a reversed card, Queen of Wands. They're showing us being this Queen of Wands in the reverse. And it's because of this. You know, this new relationship or this communication that this person is having with you. There's a great deal of expectation and hope and optimism around that, for example. They're not showing in the upright, they're showing us the reversal of the upright. Okay? And I don't know whether this is them showing us being insecure. Is there anything that maybe they don't trust about this situation? We'll see. We'll get some more cards out. See, communication looks positive for them. I just felt that I needed to get another card out with you. Knight of Rods, that's you. See, you show here as well. Knight of Rods is Sagittarius. So communication, I feel, for this person feels very positive with the Knight of Rods. It almost feels like a dream come true with the Star card, with the Sagittarian, with you. So it might be that they're actually showing as a Queen of Rods in the reverse because they're actually quite insecure. I get the impression that this person you're dealing with is actually quite insecure, Sagittarius. Because I feel that this communication of the Page of Cups with this star, I think almost feel like this communication they feel is quite amazing with that Star card, with the Sagittarius, with the Knight of Rods. They're quite hopeful, communication quite hopeful with the Knight of Rods. And I feel that this is why they're quite insecure. Because maybe this is something that they haven't experienced in quite some time. Their attributes are the King of Cups, and I'll have a look in two cards and why this person's attributes are the King of Cups. Because the Moon. So the Moon can talk about secrets or anxiety or hidden feelings. And the Devil. Okay, so this is like, when you get the Moon card, sometimes this can be like secret, and the Devil card can be abuse, that type of thing. But it's interesting that their attributes are the King of Cups. And I think that this is more about them being able to withstand and withhold themselves within a crisis. Okay? Because this can be kind of like, when you get the Moon, this is a secret, and the Devil energy shows addictions. I think that this person's very good at putting on some form of a face in this reading, to be perfectly honest with you, Sagittarius. Because the Moon is all about secrecy. Hidden, and the Devil card is all about temptation or addictions. So I think that this person is able to, with this King of Cups energy, this isn't about this person being kind and nurturing and loving. This is more about this person is able to abstain for whatever this is. I'm seeing somebody who's able to abstain, because the King of Cups means I hold my head in a crisis. You can see that he's actually on an iron throne. Can you see? And he's sitting on water. He should actually be sinking, but it's a show of faith why this person isn't sinking. I've always looked at the King of Cups as being a sign of having great faith, because this person by right should sink. He's sitting on water on an iron throne. Water is, there's no substance to water. The iron throne has substance. It's made of material. Water is not. So this person should sink. So it's there for the grace of God go I with this King of Cups, and he trusts. So his attributes are to have trust, because I think that this person has some form of hidden addiction going on here. There's something here that he or she cannot give into. There's something here that they have tried their best not to give into. And to me, this shows with this individual a great strength of mind. A great strength of mind. Because the moon means secrecy, and the devil can mean temptation or addiction. So this person's got some secret addictions or temptations, things that they really have to fight off, I feel, as the King of Cups. And that's why their attributes are the King of Cups. They've got great presence of mind. And they've got an inner core that is as strong as steel. When they don't want to do something, they're not going to do it. And they will fight each step of the way. And this is why I feel that they are the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I think that this person is showing as a very vulnerable individual. Because finally, communication. There's communication with you guys. And I think finally with this Page of Cups, there's communication. There's a new relationship that they're hopeful about with that Star card, with the Knight of Rods, with you. And this is why I feel that they feel quite vulnerable. Because I feel that this person hasn't had that in a long time. I think that this person has struggled to have relationships, and it might be something to do with what they've been doing in the past, a secret addiction or a problem that they've had to overcome. That's finally, it's like, shit, finally I've met this person, Sagittarius. I'm with this person now. And I never knew it could be so good. I never knew that I could feel this way. I never knew that, you know, things could feel so great after all they've been through. Their flaws, though, are the Fool. And why is this person's flaws the Fool? Why is this person's flaws the Fool in 2 cards? Because the Queen of Cups. Oh, and the Knight of Cups. You see, you've got 2 cup energies here. The Queen of Cups is all about, I think that their flaws are that they do have their head in the clouds. This is the problem. Now, when I looked at the Fool card again, when we go over this, when I'm going over this again with you now, Sagittarius, suddenly it occurred to me, it's not that they don't care, it's just that they're careless. This person is always looking at the imagination. The Fool card can also talk about looking at the imagination, having things up on a cloud. Because you can see where the Fool is facing. It's facing upwards to the clouds. And it's saying, oh, look at the sky. Wow, the sky's the limit. That's its flaw. And it's because we've got 2 cup cards here. You get too many cups in a reading and everything is based on romantic notion, but nothing is grounded. And it's because of the Queen of Cups. So this person is showing us somebody who delves deep into their feelings, and I feel with the Knight of Cups, they tend to act on those feelings. So this person is very much the type of person that tends to fall in love with the idea of being in love and acts on that without really thinking about consequences. So as soon as they feel in love, that's it. For them, it's like, yep, this is the happy ever after. This is what I've been looking for. That's it. In a way, it's not their fault, because some people are just made like that. Some people get carried away. I get the impression that this area here, with this individual Sagittarius, shows me that somebody is living in the moment. Because they're living on a crest of a wave, just for the fact that you've got the Fool as their flaw. Somebody who looks to the sky. Somebody who, you know, for them the sky is the limit. But they're always got their head in the clouds. When you do tarot, as I always say, look at the card. What does the card tell you? What is it? The first thing that jumps out at you, or the, you know, it doesn't matter where you are in that reading. The first thing that jumped out at me as soon as I saw those 2 cup cards together is somebody's head is in the cloud. Because they're 2 romantic cards, and the Queen of Cups actually represents somebody who's a dreamer in the tarot. So she'll be the type of woman that does a lot of dreaming. And the Knight of Cups means to act and means to invite and offer one's love based on what dreams they're having at the time, what fantasies. So acting out the fantasy in a way is their flaw. Because they've always got their head in the cloud. This person finds it very difficult to live in reality. I think their flaws are finding it very difficult to ground themselves once they find something that they like, because they like to live in the romance of it rather than the reality of it. And it's because their attributes are they're having to be strong with this King of Cups energy. And I feel it's because they're having to deny themselves something in their lives, whether this is too much drink, whether it's drug, whatever it is. for me, this looks like this person transfers the addiction that they have from one thing into another. This is how it would appear to me in this reading, Sagittarius. Looking at how they see and feel about you is the Three of Coins. And why does Sagittarius see and feel the Three of Coins for... Sorry, not Sagittarius. Why does this person see and feel the Three of Coins for Sagittarius? Show me in 2 cards. Right. The Seven of Wands means to reject. They're rejecting a new phase. So they see you as the Three of Coins. Somebody who is studious, hardworking. Somebody who's learning how to master a skill. Who's very good socially. Who's maybe good at interacting, building, devising. And they feel the Three of Coins for you. They feel like they want to build something. They want to work on plans. Three of Coins is all about working on new plans. Working to expand a relationship, to improve it. I feel that they want to improve and expand this relationship. But it concerns me that it's because of this Seven of Rods, which is the card that suggests rejection. I think it's because in this person's life they have been rejected, and I think that a rejection has brought in a new phase, a change, a radical change. Through rejection, they've made a radical change with who they are, somewhere along the line. Rejection has forced them to make some changes, I think, with this Judgment energy, which is why their feelings are that they want to build a life with you. Or struggles. Seven of Wands is often the card about a struggle that somebody is having. So I feel that the struggles that they found in their lives, perhaps with other people, or again, might be something to do with substance abuse or something like that with the Moon and the Devil. They might have mental problems going on. Because the Moon and the Devil can mean, Moon card means mental energies, mental problems, and the Devil is a problematic card. It's a negative card. This can be paranoia. This person might have deep mental anguish going on with them, mental issues. And they are the King of Cups. It might be that they're using natural substances to overcome that. Using power of the mind over the, mind over matter, as it were, with the King of Cups energy to deal with that. But I think as a result of that, their flaws are that they've got their head in the clouds and they think they can solve whatever this is by delving into the fantasies. Which is why I feel that they are, for some of you guys, it might be that this person wants to build something with you. They feel like their feelings towards you with the Three of Coins, I want to expand this relationship with Sagittarius. Because the big struggles that I faced in my life, and not such a bad thing, but the big struggles that this person, and I think it's here, has faced in their life have made them take a good hard look at themselves, and they've said, actually, I've got to make some radical changes here, i.e. maybe I just need to settle down. How do you see them? What do you see and feel about them, the Empress? Why does Sagittarius see and feel about this person, the Empress energy? Show me. The Five of Coins. So this is all about abandonment. The Seven of Cups. Okay, so well, I think that some of you guys were abandoned in a past situation, a past relationship, and I think that this brought in, with this Seven of Cups, it's almost like it brought in new options. This, because the seven, when you do tarot, you look at the cards and you look at, well, what's the first card mean? So you choose a keyword. So for me, this Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles represents either a relationship in which two people can support one another through difficulty. And the Seven of Cups can represent different options and choices. Now, I'm inclined to think that this isn't abandonment, but this is you and this individual. Because the Five of Pentacles can be as much about support through the difficult times as it can be about being abandoned in a love relationship. So I think that the situation is about you guys supporting one another, with you and this individual supporting one another. And I think that this is kind of open doors, because I often see the Seven of Cups energy as opening doors, okay, to a sharing relationship. A relationship that is charitable. It can also be that some of you guys were abandoned, but this abandonment in a previous relationship opened up the doors, brought in new options for you to give and receive love with that 5, 6 of coins in a relationship. And this is why you see and feel that you see them as the Empress, somebody who's kind and nurturing, because maybe they give to you something that you didn't get in a previous relationship. And it could be that you feel the Empress for this person, like you want to nurture them, you want to take care of them. Because the 5 of coins, because they have been quite destitute and on the outskirts of society, as I feel that they've been here. And it might be as a result of that you guys have found options, or it's opened the doors for you guys to share and to help and to be charitable to this individual, because the 6 of coins means charity. So it's almost like you guys have seen, whether this is you being hurt or the other person being hurt, or even both, you've seen a way through this to share and to give your love and to build something with an individual that you've not had. I think both of you have not had something in a long time, and it's almost like you've connected with this person, Sagittarius, that you can now share something with going forward, because both of you have been through some radical changes in terms of a relationship, in past relationships, going on to now. The strengths in your relationship are the 6 of Wands. We're going to see why the 6 of Wands is the strength in your relationship. Ah, that's nice. The Lovers shows up here, and this is all about partnership and union. Wow, and the 10 of coins. So I'm seeing a partnership here that is for the long term. It's really nice. You guys, the strength is that both of you appreciate and recognize one another. Both of you, even if you found in previous relationships that you've not had somebody that was putting you on a pedestal, treating you like a princess, treating you like a queen, like a king, like a lord, like a lady, you'll find that with the 6 of Wands, because this is all about praise. And I do feel the strengths within this relationship is the praise that you're able to give to one another, because this love is for the long term. This is a proper union. The Lovers is everything in the Tarot. The Lovers is beautiful. You can be the Lovers with your dad, with your mom, with your sister, with your brother. It's the person that you can communicate. It's not all about love like romantic relationships. It's just pure love. This is the sign of the twins. My twin sister means the world to me, everything. I can tell my twin anything. And yes, she does have a child and she does have a partner, but she never neglects me, never. I only have to be down. Like the other night, I remember I was feeling really depressed one night, really down. And I was getting really tearful and really upset. And it was funny, because about 15 minutes later, my mobile goes and it's my twin sister, and she said, I could sense that you were upset, what's the matter? That's how close we are as twins. She senses when I'm depressed. One day when, this was years back when my mum died, our mother died, and I remember sitting in my living room with my then boyfriend at the time, and I remember just feeling an absolute feeling of complete and utter love for my twin, and I imagined her in a kitchen, dressed in a black cardigan, green skirt and black pumps, and I phoned her and I said, Paula, are you in the kitchen washing up, and have you got a black cardigan, green skirt and black pumps on? And she goes, oh my God, how did you know? We're that psychic. So this Lover's energy, whether it's your partner, whether it's your mum, whether it's your dad, whether it's your sister, your sibling, whether it's your twin, whether it's your triplet, doesn't matter who it is, it's pure love. It's a connection that grows. It's a connection with that 10 of Pentacles that just moves, that builds to something that is solid, true and honest. This can even be kind of like a marriage type thing going on as well. This is an amazing energy. This is the strength. This is for the long term for you guys, and it's serious. It's the real deal for a lot of you guys, Sagittarians. But the flaws are the Knight of Swords. Why is the flaws the Knight of Swords? Why is the flaws the Knight of Swords? in this relationship? Show me. Well, the Five of Swords shows up here, so there's conflict here. But conflict is being moved away from. You've got Five of Swords, then 6, 5 goes to a 6. But I think that this is ignoring something here. Because we've got the Six of Swords moving on. You can see that here the Six of Swords is all about moving on. It's moving on from the 5. So it's moving on from conflict. And between that, I think there's a message that's saying that something's not being tackled here. So I think that the weakness with this Knight of Swords is, it's more about that there could be some aggressive, not necessarily aggressive energy, but I think that there could be some conflictive energy, some dramatic energy that is being ignored in this relation. You've got 3 sword cards, and I'm not surprised, because swords represent struggles within the tarot. That's what they represent. When you get a sword card, it's struggles and problems and arguments. And the Knight of Swords is all about drama. So the weakness in the relationship might be this Knight of Swords drama. Problems, arguments is the Knight of Swords. But that's because somebody's evading this. 5 of Swords is followed by that 6. I think that there are certain issues in the relationships that are being avoided. This could be communication, messages. It might be that there are messages coming to either you or this individual. This is usually email messages as well, Knight of Swords. But I think that the reason that this is showing up as a problem is because something is being washed over, it's being ignored. Seeing as that 5, the conflicts here is being overcome or being released or moved on from. So it's almost like you're evading. I think that the weakness is evading things that really need to be addressed. But I think that this might be something minor. They're all fairly minor cards. The overall analysis of your relationship with this... Oh, no, sorry. What is the potential for a healthy relationship? The 5 of Wands. Why is the 5 of Wands the potential for a healthy relationship for Sagittarius and this person? Well, the 6 of Wands shows victory. No, this is, yeah, this must be with the 5 of Wands building then. We use the word to build a relationship. Okay. I don't think that this is about fighting. You know, this might be the potential for a healthy relationship is fighting for what you want with the 5 of Wands. It could easily be that. Because you do fight for what you want with the 5 of Wands. But it can also be building, working together in a team with this person. Because victory, again, we've got the victory cards. Victory with the 6 of Wands will bring you great success in this relationship. But also the 6 of Rods is about approaching things head on. Bringing great success. So I think that for some of you guys, if you approach something head on, it could bring great success. So it might be the potential for a healthy relationship is you guys fighting your way through. You know, saying your piece, owning up, being honest with this 5 of Wands showing here. Because you'll find that if you approach, if you confront 6 of Rods, a situation here, you'll find that you'll overcome it and you'll be able to shut it down. Because the world means the successful conclusion. It will conclude itself in quite a successful way. It's a good reading. It's a very good reading. The overall outcome, the overall analysis of your relationship with this person, Sagittarius, is the moon in the reverse. Let's have a look why. Well, the 4 of Swords means peace, contentment. It's nice. I think that peace and contentment within this relationship with the 4 of Swords will come with letting the past go. 8 of Cups, letting things that no longer serve you behind. And that's why the overall analysis is that you guys have a clear run. There are no skeletons in the closet. Because whatever it is, and also 4 of Swords is a card about privacy. So the 4 of Swords can be when somebody's holding something close to their chest, they're being private, they're not speaking. But you could see with this 4 of Swords here, and the 8 of Cups is the active card and this is the passive, we go from a passive card to somebody who's being quite active. So this could be saying, well, whatever it is that we're not speaking here needs to come out with the 8 of Cups. It needs to, you know, because the 8 of Cups is the active card. It shows that whatever is going on here is being released as well with the 8 of Cups. So silence, hidden energies need to be released with the 8. And this is why I feel that the overall analysis is no skeletons in the closet. Because whatever it is that's not being spoken about, especially in this area here, is being released with that 8. And it's lovely. Honesty is the key within this relationship. It's a really nice reading. And the overall, and the obstacles to you guys having a healthy relationship are the Knight of Wands. And let's have a look in 2 cards. Yeah, it's too much fun, isn't it? 9 of Cups with the King of Cups in the reverse. But I think that this is more about feeling happy to, you know, because the King of Cups in the reverse is not a happy card. It's funny that the King of Cups is showing there in the upright. So this is the person. You might be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual. The obstacle to having a healthy relationship might be simply you guys rushing in with the Knight of Rods. Okay, because I feel that somewhere along the line, the 9 of Cups is saying, well, you can have great pleasure, but this is pleasure with somebody who's, I feel, hiding something here. And also this can be a drinker as well. He's got a lot of water around him. So it might be, especially if this person's got mental issues with that Moon and the Devil energy, or they've got some private addictions that they're overcoming here, it might be with this 9 of Cups. And the King of Cups in the reverse can often be somebody who's addicted as well, like a Queen of Cups in the reverse, and there's drink here. You know, so this might be a drinker, a private drinker or something like that. I'm not saying that this is something that would overtake the relationship completely, especially if somebody's got some hidden addictions on this reading, but I'm just saying that, you know, I feel that here is showing you guys averting something with this individual. It's probably best, if you want longevity, if you want everything out in the closet and open, is to discuss these areas and make sure that everything is being confronted and dealt with, rather than down the track thinking, shit, why didn't we deal with that then? Now this shit has reared its ugly head because this person's got a drink problem, or they've got an issue going on, because the obstacles are that I rushed in with the Knight of Rods. You are Sagittarius, this is you. This person, I feel, just wants to be loved. I feel that they've lived, whoever this person is around, some of you Sagittarians, I feel that this person hasn't had any love. I feel that they've lived a loveless life, and they've met you, and they're kind of like, shit, I'm a little bit insecure, Queen of Wands in the reverse, because I'm communicating, this communication, this new relationship, I am hoping, I feel could be positive, the Star card in the upright with this Sagittarian individual. But that's why I feel so insecure, because I need to deal. I'm trying to deal with my demons, whether that's drink, whether that's addiction, whether it's mental issues. This person here, the attributes are they're trying to deal with whatever these addictions or these problems or these negative forces are. I think this person's trying to deal with that. And their flaws might be that they, because they're trying to deal with something here that has been very strong within their lives, what they tend to do with this Fool in the upright here is they tend to kind of ignore. So they can be pretty careless, and they can say, you know, they look at the fantasy of how everything will be, because their feelings, I feel, dictate their action at the time. They live in the moment of the dream. You know, and that might be a slight problem, and this might be where it is that they're evading things, or things are being evaded because you're kind of on the crest of a wave with this individual as well, Sagittarius. I think that they want something with you, they want to plan, they want to build, because I feel that all of the struggles in their life have been overcome with the Judgment card. It's given them a great wake-up call with this Judgment card that things need to change. And I feel for you, you feel about them, you see them as the Empress, beautiful, nurturing, kind, loving, but you also feel you're in love with them as the Empress. You want to take care of them, okay? Because I feel that they have been through a difficult time with that 5 of Coins. They might have been abandoned by the world. But that abandonment, it might also be that, you know, abandonment led to drink. 7 of Cups can be where you're drowning in drink. So this is the 5 of Pentacles, is a card about abandonment. And it might be for some of you guys, this person's abandonment led to them getting involved in all sorts of tempting behaviour with that 7 of Cups. But you see it as a chance to show some charity to this person. So I do feel that some of you guys are really taking care of an individual here who's been through a difficult time. It could have been with drink. It could have been with some form of an addiction, but I feel that you've really taken care of someone here, and that's lovely. And I feel that, you know, the potential the strength in your relationship is that both of you praise one another. You both hold each other on a pedestal, because this is true love that has the potential to go the whole way, possibly even marriage. But the problem is, the weakness is you're evading certain things. You might be, conflicts are overcome. So the weakness is the Knight of Swords. You know, the weakness in the relationship might be drama. Okay, but the drama is the weakness because you guys don't actually deal with it, perhaps. Five of Swords is about conflict, but the Six of Swords is about overcoming the conflict. You don't seem to really, everything seems to be kind of, I feel, paved over in that area there. But the potential for a healthy relationship is the Five of Wands. Okay, and I think it's because, I think with the Five of Wands, the potential is to sort things out. Five of Wands, it might be that it's difficult to have a healthy relationship with the Five of Wands, but I feel that this is about teamwork, and working together as a team will be the potential for a healthy relationship. Because if you can confront things head on, you can close them down with the world. You can have everything you want as long as you are open and honest and approach things head on, Sagittarius. And I feel lastly in these two areas that the overall analysis is no skeletons will be in your closet. Because whatever it is that is not being spoken about and not being dealt with the Four of Swords will come out in the open with the Eight of Cups. It will be released. But be careful, the obstacles are you guys rushing in with that Knight of Rods energy. Because you might be dealing with somebody who covers things up. The King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who is very private. This can be like a private drinker or somebody who does things in private for pleasure. So just be careful and make sure that you know everything that you need to know about who this individual is going forward. But otherwise it looks like an amazing reading and an amazing person as well. It looks like a really good relationship could be formed. But just make sure that you don't avert or ignore things. What is the advice, universe, that you have through the romance angels with this person? What is the advice that you have for Sagittarius? It says release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. I don't know what that means. It just feels to me that this is a good reading for you and someone else. So maybe there is somebody here that this person needs to release, for example, if you want to move forward within the relationship. Release your ex. It might be to release anything that's not serving you and not just an ex. And what is the advice that you have for Sagittarius? Angel answers in this reading, show me. Be assertive. Yeah, be assertive. Do this. Okay? Because the flaws in the relationship, the weakness is that Knight of Swords. That's all about being assertive. So it might be the weakness is you're not assertive enough. Because conflicts are overcome pretty quickly. And you're not dealing with them properly. And you'll find that the outcome, the overall analysis is that everything will be good, moon in the reverse. There's no skeletons in the closet, because whatever it is that's been secret and not being spoken about, Four of Swords, is released with that Eight. So it's all about honesty in this relationship, complete honesty, because what you don't want is skeletons in the closet coming through in a later stage, which I feel that if this is tackled properly in this relationship, you'll find that you'll have plain sailing going forward. That's your reading, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys on your single reading. Remember to check that out. If you're single, will love be coming in the next 6 months. True love. Take care. Bye-bye.